Welcome to the Mind and Emotions game, the board game that explores our head and heart. In the game box, you'll find a playing board, 120 cards, and a single die. The game is based on the idea that we all have positive and negative states of mind and positive and negative emotional states. The playing board has 3 columns with mind states on the left and 3 columns of emotional states on the right. The positive states are on the top, and the negative states are on the bottom. There are 2 piles of cards, 60 mind cards with blue backs and 60 emotion cards with maroon backs. On the top of each card is one of the 12 mind and emotion states. In the middle of the card is a word that is an example of that mind or emotion state. Each player takes a turn picking a card and uses the word on that card to add to a developing story that's interesting and fun. For example, let's say the first player picks the word shy and begins the story. Ever since Barry was a little boy, he was always shy and had trouble socializing in groups. The next player picks the word investigate and continues the story. One day, Barry was reading the newspaper about a neighborhood near where he lived. The article described houses that sounded like an excellent investment, and he decided to investigate. The next player picks the word neglectful and says, when Barry arrived at the neighborhood, he saw that it was run down, looking as if the owners were neglectful of the most basic repairs. While telling the story, the players moved their pieces on the board, trying to get each of their pieces into a top or bottom end zone. We'll now describe the rules of the game. 2 to 6 players can play. Each player gets 2 pieces that are placed on the start section in the middle of the board, one on the left mind side and the other on the right emotion side of the board. Each player moves one piece up and down the mind side and the other piece up and down the emotion side. The goal is to get each piece in either the top or bottom end zones. On your turn, roll the die to see how many spaces to move either piece. Then pick a card from either the mind or emotion pile and say out loud the category and word you picked. If you picked a mind card, move your mind piece. If you picked an emotion card, move your emotion piece. If the word you picked is positive, move your piece up. If the word you picked is negative, move your piece down. If the die is 2, 4, or 5, move your piece that many spaces. If the die is 3 or 6, move your piece 3 spaces up or down. If the die is 1, roll again right away, and on this move you can move up or down. So there are 2 goals of the game. The first goal is to tell an interesting and fun story together. The second goal is to be the first to get both of your pieces to an end zone. The end zones do not have to be reached by an exact number of moves. Here are the positive mind cards. Analyzing, interested, aware. Here are the negative mind cards. Oblivious, uninterested, unaware. Here are the positive emotion cards. Up, outward, warm. Here are the negative emotion cards. Down, inward, cold. May you and your friends enjoy many hours together playing the game of mind and emotions.